47 in Boston, and it's cloudy, not raining. Good job, Win. And Jai, who's an Oriole fan, yet the weather in Detroit, it's a snowstorm, and they're playing. So, yeah, you can't figure that out. Now, the Orioles and the Red Sox, they could have canceled today easy because they have a lot of time they can make that game up. And I'm sure they're playing it tomorrow anyway. They had that day off, that little bridge there. They had the bumper of playing the day off because they keep the Friday off after the Thursday opener. But I don't understand. I don't quite understand the baseball schedule makers. I really to play 3 games tonight at 10 o'clock at night when there's no fans or virtually no fans in the ballpark anyway. When it's opening day, to play 3 West Coast games at 10 o'clock tonight when nobody in the East Coast is going to watch those games or in the Central Time Zone is one of the dumbest things you've ever seen in your life. Today's a day that everybody should be playing where everybody can watch, not where only the West Coast can watch. All right. The White Sox fan watches his team play at 9:07. Now, why is that the case on opening day? You're telling me they can't put the White Sox and the Angels on at 4 o'clock or at 7 o'clock tonight? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. We don't need a 10 o'clock game tonight. All right? We don't need a late-night baseball game. And if you want to put one there just to have one, I'll give you that. I'll give you one. But we don't need – that's it. Play everything in the daytime or early evening, even in the West Coast. I tell you, I don't know who figures this stuff out. I know the excuse with the FS1 and the postseason and everything else. It's always about, television, and they pay us the most money. So, we basically give up we give up control of our sport to get every nickel. So the games are buried on FS1 on a Saturday in October, Game 7 of a postseason series, which to me is mind-boggling. They've done that 1,000 times too. It drives me crazy. But they're the excuse is money. Hey, Chris, what do you want us to do? They pay us more money than anybody else does. We got to give them the games when they want the games and put them where they want to put them. All right. I can understand it. I may not like it, but I can understand it. Today, I can't understand it. You can't tell me that ESPN pays that much more money for an exclusive window at 4 o'clock or at 7 o'clock tonight. That you can't tell me. You can't tell me that ESPN's window tonight at 7 is so is so desirable that they pay billions of dollars. No, they don't. It's a 7 o'clock baseball game on opening day. They can't pay that much money. My goodness. It's not a playoff series. It drives you crazy. But we can go on and on. Bottom 8, 2-2, Yanks and Blue Jays. We root hard for Toronto to get this first win and make Steve's life miserable. That's my goal. Here's Hayden in D.C. He says hello, and he's on Mad Dog Unleashed. Hayden, good afternoon. How are you today, pal? What do you have? Hayden.
Dog, only Rob Manfred could screw up opening day. He's the only commissioner dumb enough to keep screwing things up, and you're going to keep defending him. I don't get it.
I didn't defend him at all. I just killed baseball for 40 minutes. What do you want me to do, for crying out loud? Where am I defending him?
Doug, for 4 hours, 5 hours this morning, if you turned on ESPN, all you got was NFL coverage. I'm surprised they didn't put the NFL Live crew on tonight between 7 and 10 p.m. I really am.
They did not. I did not watch. You're telling me Rob didn't go on TV today and this morning or ESPN, Get Up, any of those shows? You had no baseball whatsoever?
I didn't see him. You would have no clue from the coverage I saw this morning that this morning was opening day. I saw 6 hours of NFL draft talk. That's what I saw. Doug, this sport, whenever it emerges from the rubble of next offseason, it desperately needs a new leader not named Rob Manfred. Give him his golden parachute, send him on his way, and let's move to the future. This is a disgrace. And here in the Northeast, Dog.
Well, it's not his fault. It's not his fault that ESPN's not doing best. How is it his fault that ESPN is doing draft talk on opening day? That's not his fault, is it?
Well, yeah. Did you notice? Hold on, let me say a few things. Did you notice the other day when Roger Goodell went out of his way to say he's going to have full capacity fans in the fall for football?
That was in September.
That's September. And last summer, did we have any fans in this? They were having fans in football stadiums last summer before it fans in baseball stadiums. The guy is too weak to be a leader. And, Dog, here in D.C., I don't care what the science says. He needs to be on top of this. Get more than 5,000 people in the building. I'm sorry. It's a disgrace. You can hide behind anything you want to say. But, Dog, the guy is too weak to lead this sport into the future. You and I both know it.
Listen, he's in a very tricky spot. I think their television scenario is terrible. I don't think they do a good job at that. I've said that for a long, long time right now. Today's a perfect example. I'm not sure if I'm going to blame them because ESPN and our little buddy Skip Bayless, for whatever the reason, is breaking down NFL draft prospects today. That just shows you the all-powerfulness of the NFL. I don't know how, in fact, that is a representation of Manfred. How is that the commissioner's fault in baseball? The football is bigger.
You say it shows weakness. Pick up the phone. You do billions of dollars, millions, whatever it is, billions probably, a business with ESPN. Pick up the phone and say, hey, Jimmy Patel, whoever's running ESPN these days, Jimmy, we got opening day today. I need 5 hours of baseball coverage leading into opening day and a full day of coverage. Instead, he gets kicked in the can and watches 5 hours of NFL draft coverage 4 weeks before it starts. It's a disgrace, dog. He has no clue on how to market his sport. He has no clue how to lead this sport into the future. And when
yeah, go ahead. Finish up.
When you and I, what do you expect's going to happen next offseason, dog? This is the first opening day we've had in 2 years. We're probably not going to have one next year. And whenever the sport does emerge from the battle next offseason, do you want this guy leading it into the future? Yes or no?
I do, but you guys are going to accuse me, and well done, good call. You're going to accuse me of being a Manfred apologist. So if I say that, then I'm a bag man for Rob. So I like to try to stay out of it as much as I possibly can. Let's also be clear that I do take a paycheck from the owners, with the MLB Network thing, essentially Rob. So you got to keep that in mind too. I try to be as open as I can on all these shows, but I mean, there is an element there that if you want to criticize me, I can understand you criticizing me. But I don't know how Rob can be blamed for the fact that today Greenberg is spending 4 hours breaking down NFL draft coverage. I could care less. I'm not interested in the NFL draft on April 1st. I understand there's a lot of pro days going on right now. Mac Jones had one yesterday, so people are wrapped up on that nonsense with these quarterbacks. To me, it's a complete waste of time. I'm not interested in watching some kid throw the ball who, in a controlled environment with guys with T-shirts and shorts on, but they're wrapped up in that. They're wrapped up in it. And the ESPN, they're in bed with football. We know that. That's the deal. And there's a reason for it. Football brings eyeballs to the sets. You bring up another problem with baseball that I'm not too sure how you fix. How does baseball get involved in the national conversation around the country? And I don't have the answer for you on that. It's niche-oriented. Yes, the MLB Network did it today. Yes, I was into it today. We lead with it today. I guarantee you Pat McAfee didn't talk baseball 1 second today. Maybe he put a spot on. I'm sure Adam broke down Mac Jones's pro day today. And little Yankees from Adam. I mean, people don't talk about it. Unless you're in a market that's big with baseball. That's it. I'm not sure if that's the commissioner's fault. It's been going on for a long time. 7 in front of the hour, continuing. Mad Dog Unleashed.